What's up, ladies? Today I'm going to be showing you how you can make this lightsaber effect inside of Photoshop. This could be used for like, thumbnails, or maybe if you just want an image of you holding a lightsaber or whatever you want to do with it. This is how you make a lightsaber in Photoshop. We've done this exact same thing in After Effects as well, where we can, animate the lightsaber and all that stuff using the Video Copilot plugin Saber. That video was made, it was like a 3-minute video, I think. So if you want to check that out, you can click in one of the corners, or you can go down into the description. Maybe that can help you out. But today we are going to be doing this inside of Photoshop. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I don't actually have an image of me holding a lightsaber because at the, in the current time, I don't own one. I could have just photoshopped one in my hands, but I want the tutorials to be very quick. So instead, I'm going to be using this image of a lightsaber. I also use this for my YouTube banner. So if you like that banner, this is the same image that I used. Hopefully you like the banner. If not, then, I'll just go fuck myself. Just scale this down, rotate it, pop down here, and there we go. Now we can start making our lightsaber effect. So to make the actual blade itself, we are going to be using the rounded rectangular tool. Now to find that tool, it is located above the hand tool, and it might be the rectangle tool by default, or it might be something else if you use the line tool or the ellipsis. The ellipse. To change it, all you got to do is hold your left click on the icon, and then you can find the rounded rectangular tool right there. All we're going to do is we're going to drag out to make a rough lightsaber shape. It doesn't need to be in line with the handle at all. You can do it any way you want, but I'd say, if we just be a bit generous with it and get it about there, I think that'll be good. We can change this later. The most important thing, what you want to do is at the top, once you've made that shape, you want to click on fill, and you want to change the fill to a nice white color. If you don't see it there, you can just go to the right here and click on this color dropper and drag it to white. And there we go. We now have this nice white object. I'm going to drag it below the lightsaber just to make life easier for myself. And I'm going to drag it in line where I need it to be. I'm just going to zoom in here, move it across. I'd say about there is good. And remember, if it's not the right size, you can Control T and size it up or down, depending on your liking. Maybe you want a really, really massive lightsaber like my stupid meme videos, or maybe you want a really skinny lightsaber. Maybe you're a fan of Star Wars Rebels. Which, if you are a fan of Star Wars Rebels, maybe you'll like my stupid edit where I fixed the lightsabers. Again, you can click in the top right, or you can go down in the description and watch that. I thought it was a pretty funny video, but what do I know? Alright, so now that we've got this blade in place, one thing I will talk to you guys briefly about is masking it out. So since we are using this lightsaber image, we can actually just hit Control and left click on this little box next to a lightsaber name, and that will outline the lightsaber. And now also what we can do is get the lasso, hold Shift to add, and just drag a big circle around here to, reach the bottom of the blade that we made. And now I can just click back on the rounded rectangle icon, hit E, make sure I actually have my eraser tool instead of the magic eraser. And I can just erase that section. And now if we get rid of this lightsaber, you can see that we're just left with this part of the blade. Now, if you've got an image of you holding a lightsaber, what you have to do is you'll have to go with the lasso tool, or the polygonal one, or the magnetic one, or the pen tool, which is, more accurate, and go around the outside of the lightsaber yourself. Or you can try using the quick selection like I would, because I am very lazy. But that's how you would do it in that case, and then erase the exact same way. Okay, cool. So now that we're left with this object, all we're going to do is we're going to click on where it says rounded rectangle 1. I'm actually going to rename that to Saber, just to help us out. And we're going to add an effect here. So we're going to go to the bottom where you see FX, and we're going to add an outer glow. So, obviously I already made this, so I've kind of already got the settings done. But what you're going to want it to do is turn the opacity all the way up, and obviously choose a color if you're liking. I'm going to use green. And we want to turn down the size so that it's just on the outside. I'm also going to turn the spread down a little bit. There we go, very nice. And now that we've done that base layer, we're going to hit Control J to duplicate that layer. Double click on the outer glow on the top copy. And I'm going to turn the opacity down, but increase the size and the spread to get a nice glow. Now what you could do is you could just keep duplicating this layer and changing the outer glow. However, that's boring. And also, the next thing I like to do can also be applied to any part of your image. You can just paint it on manually. And I'll show you how to do that now. This is what I like to do. So I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to get that green color that we used for the outer glow, the very bright, vibrant green, and get my brush tool. I'm going to size it down to roughly the size of the blade, maybe just a little bit bigger. And I'm just going to paint over the blade like so with that green light. You can also hold shift if you want it to be exactly straight. If you're, to make sure the glow doesn't look weird. But now that we've done that, we're going to change the blending mode. Now to do that, you'll see on the right where it says normal. You just want to click on that, and these are your blending mode options. We're going to go to one called linear dodge or add. Once you've done that, we're going to turn the opacity down slightly to about, 30, 40, but we're going to change that in the future anyways. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make a new layer and do the exact same thing, except from change a couple of things. We're going to darken the color to about a mid and size up the brush. And now we're going to paint back over, change it to add, and turn down the opacity. And we're going to do that one more time, make a new layer. We're going to go to this dark green now, size up the brush again, paint over it, change it to add, turn down the opacity. So now if I turn off these layers, you can see the difference we've made. Now this is before, this is after. It just adds more of a glow. And you might be thinking like, it's not that much of a glow. If we add a background in here, it will be a lot easier to see. I'm going to turn up the opacity of these layers a bit so I get more of a glow. I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to drag it to the bottom and just get my gradient tool here and just drag across. So now you can see that bright glow. It's pretty bright. But like I said, you can go ahead and change all of these layers now. I think this one's a little too bright. I'm going to turn it down a bit. And maybe this back one could be brighter. You can go ahead and click on the outer glow settings and change the actual glow inside of here. So if you want to turn the size down, or maybe turn the spread down, you can go ahead and do that. And really fine tune it to make it, how you want it to look. Anyways, other than that, that is the effect done. Now, like I said, when you're painting on the glows, you can do that on any part of your image. That's how you can, make like headlights glow on your car, or maybe you want a sun to glow in like a sky or the moon. It's used like all the fucking time in photo editing. Anyways, okay, but that's how you do the effect. As you can see, yeah, we got them side by side here. It's pretty much the exact same image. If this tutorial did help you, I'd greatly appreciate it if you left a like, because, that helps me out a lot, and it might get the video more awareness, which again would very much help me out. And if you have any issues, feel free to comment. I'll get back to it as soon as I can, which is usually pretty fast. And if you would also like any other tutorials on anything, again, drop it in the comments and I'll see if I can get around to it. But other than that, I upload every single Friday, mostly Star Wars content. So if you like that kind of stuff, then maybe you want to subscribe, Come check me out every single Friday. That'd be nice. Other than that, I appreciate all of your guys' constant support. It doesn't go unnoticed. And it really does make my day every single time I see all of you guys supporting me. So thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next Friday.